Rob and Tamla, and we are going to be making sweet potato roti bread.
I love this stuff. It's so good.
Basically, it's sweet potato naan bread, and we're making it at home. We already boiled a sweet potato, took the skin off of it.
Hang on. There's only 2 ingredients in this roti. Flour and sweet potato. So there's no oil, there's no eggs, there's no other ingredients to up your weight. So you can eat these on your diet, and they're really good.
Okay, so I'm going to take this.
You're going to put it there and smash it up.
Yeah, I'm going to cut the end off of it. I asked you if you had done that. You said no, so I had to cut the end. So, and I don't know if any of you do. We compost everything. We keep us a bin. We've got this little Tupperware bin that's all we use it for is composting stuff, and it's pretty strong. We just did another video. That's why we're using my laptop now, because we're uploading a video right now, and it still had over an hour to go from the last video we did.
That was pickled
Sweet
cucumber and onions, sweet pickled cucumber and onions, and they are really good in the roti bread.
So we used to sell Camper Chef potato masher. We're going to go ahead and that's not as done as you think it is.
Oh, well, do we need to cook it a little longer?
No, I just have to. Yeah, I got to use something a little firmer. So we're having kind of blizzard type for Oklahoma blizzard type weather. It was really coming down earlier. We have nothing more basically than a dusting on the ground, but it really at one point looked like we were having snowmageddon. For Oklahoma, for El Reno where we live, this is probably one of the areas of the state that actually gets more snow than other places, other than out in the Panhandle. But if it continues at the rate it's going, they predicted it's not going to, but we were actually supposed to end up with a good portion of snowfall today. Probably not a lot of actual accumulation. Yeah, we got to.
Okay, I'm going to put it in the microwave for just a few minutes.
Can I?
Note to self, make sure the sweet potato is fully cooked.
Yeah, get it a little softer, and then I can mash it until it's all basically soft and creamy like regular mashed potatoes.
So you want about a cup of mashed potato to a cup of flour.
Are we using this?
Yeah, it's a cup. So you could do equal parts if you have more than a cup of mashed potatoes, then just add however much flour.
And that's what we're using is a cup of flour.
Well, we're going to measure our sweet potato first.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. And then we're going to video whatever it is we decide to cook for supper tonight. We haven't got there yet.
She's going to make some rolls. Are you not going to do that one? We already done one for rolls.
I've done rolls.
Okay.
No, I don't think I have. Okay, so I'm going to make, it's going to be my dinner roll recipe, but I'm actually making hamburger buns because we bought a lot of.
Sorry, that was me. Bad camera person.
Well, that was a blooper. We got a lot of good sandwich meat today, and we'll probably be having some nice sandwiches. And so, nothing better than homemade rolls.
Especially with.
I found
especially with cucumber.
I found a 7-ingredient dinner roll recipe that I've started adapting for everything. Man, they're just like you bought them out of the grocery store. They're soft and just have so many air holes and bubbly in them. They're really good with honey.
It's so good.
We eat a lot of honey on them and really good. Try not to bang my camera again.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
The other video says it has less than an hour until it'll be fully uploaded. Doing it from my cell phone, it makes it a little difficult. You don't have all the editing options when you upload a video from your cell phone like you do from a regular camera. And so it's all a budget item that we're going to get probably a Hero 10 that most of the other YouTubers that I watch, that's what everyone's using. And I'm not going to be making videos on a daily basis like some of the truck drivers that we watch, so I won't have to have 15 batteries and multiple SD cards. I don't think we'll be making enough videos that we'll be to that level yet. But this is something we're trying to continue on with. That cooking is a passion, and off of this.
Oh, okay.
I bet.
And if there's any ideas that you want to see, or if you want a recipe that you really like Rob to try, put it in the comments. We'd love to. We love trying new things.
Absolutely. I'm going to pause this. Okay, so we have got our mashed sweet potato here, and we're going to kind of get an idea of what we've got, how much volume. Do you think I should pack this in there? Okay, so for the most part, I would say we've got a cup, and probably not quite, that one potato probably made not quite a cup and a quarter, probably more like a cup and an eighth.
Okay, so I would
Pretty
just
much a
treat
cup
it as
there.
a cup.
Treat it as a cup.
Yep,
Okay.
works for me.
So what do you want me to put into this seasoning?
Beside you.
How much?
Well, I don't know. That's where you're good at. I'm going to add to mine. I mean, it's really good just plain. And I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of smoked paprika.
That was probably a teaspoon. Yeah, I love it. Stuff that isn't even open.
I took the plastic wrap off.
Fantastic. There we go. I think it has.
I love
Nothing sealing it.
smoked paprika. I like the smoked one.
And what is paprika? Spanish pepper. So it's smoked Spanish pepper. That's probably a teaspoon as well.
It smells good.
Do you want any salt or pepper in it? Okay.
Nope. And like I said, I eat them plain too. They're really good just by themselves. Like.
Maybe a little Cavender's, because Cavender's goes in everything.
No, that's good.
It's good just as it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well. All right. Yes, dear.
See, I gotta train people.
All right. 1 cup and a little bit of flour.
That's good. Okay, you're gonna need flour too, because you're gonna have to roll these out.
Good thing I bought that other 5-pound bag, because
You could do a lot of cooking, a lot of baking.
making those dinner rolls, I'm going to need it. Hamburger buns.
Once you get it started mixing, you'll probably then want to get your hands in there and mix. Your hands clean.
Yes, but I'll probably stop and wash them again. That's getting the wedding ring off anyways. It's one thing I don't like. I don't like baking or doing anything where I'm mixing stuff with my hands with my ring on, because I don't like that feeling when you get slimy stuff under it. Okay, so for the most part, I'll show you the bowl here. It is mostly incorporated together, but I am going to get in and use my hands to go a little further in. It's a little sticky right now. As you can see, we've got it pretty mixed together here, but I'm going to go in all in. I just wanted to take.
Making sure your hands are clean, buddy.
I just wanted my ring off. We do love our new kitchen. All of our videos were at the other house, and we made the best with what we had to do. But this kitchen is an open concept, and we have really nice stone countertops, and it's a joy. I tell you what to do, what you do. I don't want stuff on my sleeve. Just give me 2 rolls. We work together as a team on so much stuff.
Marriage is all about, right?
It's not fake.
Teamwork.
She fusses at me. I get a little grumpy from time to time. Now, if you're like me, got stuff starting to stick to your hand, flour your stuff. Flour your fingers. It's going to stick to you a little bit, but you don't want to have it be super floury, but you want to be able to work it around and work that flour and sweet potato together. And then what was your tip that you found so that these don't come out tasting
Oh, that's what I'm cooking. I'll show you
floury?
when I cook it. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay, so you can move the bowl. You probably want to tip the top of oh good, now I got flour all over me. Awesome. You want to tip the screen of my laptop down a little bit so you can see the countertop. There, not there. That's fine.
See it?
That's fine. Sweet potato naan bread, essentially. And the one gal that you got the video of, or we watched the video of, she said it's kind of an international food. There are several.
She said if you ever see roti on the menu, get it because it's really good.
Are we going to use a rolling pin?
Okay, so you're going to roll it up in a log.
In a log.
Just kind of mush it all together.
Yeah. Trying. Might have too much flour on it. Doesn't necessarily want to form as a log. Okay.
Then just cut equal parts.
Get my knife.
One right in front of you. Just grab one.
I have one that I've been using. Just let me use the same knife. How big? How big of medallions?
Start in the middle and just make even. You're going to make little balls.
I know,
With them.
but how big?
That's probably good.
Okay. I need some form of direction. Don't just say make them even.
Yeah, you do. You need lots of direction.
And if you don't have one, the counter scraper, the simple scraper deal, if you don't have one of those for cleaning the countertop up, it's in the baking drawer. You must get yourself one. They are delightful, and I use it for when I get done baking to clean the flour off the countertop. Of course it is.
Okay, so what you're going to do is flour your hands. You're going to roll these with the palm of your hand, roll them in a ball. And then she says, take your finger and punch around it so that they will stay in a circle when you go to roll it out.
So they kind of look like, just by doing that, makes them look like kind of a meat pie.
I guarantee you guys try this. It's easy. They're so good. Let's see, how many does that make? How many we get out of one potato?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's gonna have 10 little pieces of naan bread essentially. I'll have to get that. I can't remember what I was using. Whether it was, I was buying some corn masa in it was white corn masa. I can't remember whether it was King Arthur or whose brand it was. But I was making homemade tortillas, and this is kind of the same process.
Oh, yeah?
And homemade tortillas are, oh my gosh, so much better.
I really like tortillas.
I don't like corn tortillas hardly at all. I've never been a big, like, people that can sit and just eat Fritos. It's not my gig.
Okay, so now he's going to roll these out in a circle. In a circle. Yeah.
Gonna build a campfire and sing Kumbaya.
But you want them pretty thin. You don't want them real thick. And then I'll show you how to cook them.
Yeah, rolling pins over there.
Yep.
Once they start to stick to your rolling pin, obviously, flip it over. I'm trying not to put tons of flour on them, but you have to have enough that they, two things, they won't stick to your countertop and they won't stick to your hand. That's pretty thin. What do you think? Or you want to go thinner?
Yeah, not very big.
Well, they're not going to be very big. They're not going to be very big. Do you want to go thinner than
Yeah,
this?
a little thinner.
Okay. It's going to be hard to pick up. These are like the, not like the large pieces of naan bread, so to speak. If you've ever seen the packages that, have 6 to 8 in a package, and they're the smaller, a lot of times it'll say for dipping with hummus, which
And I just got me some new hummus.
Tamara loves hummus.
Love it.
I don't like it's a texture thing for me. I don't dig them. You're going to have to big. You're going to have to turn it.
Okay, let me turn you around. Oop, dropped it. So you can see me cook it. I have a skillet heated up already, and it's dry. There's nothing in it. Okay, there's no spray or anything. So you just drop that in there.
You already have your paper towel and all
that? Yes, I do. And you're going to let it cook like 30 seconds or so on one side and then flip it. And the tip she taught me to get all the flour off is to just put a little spray oil on your paper towel and just dab your bread. And it takes that it takes that flour off. Because you can tell by my spatula, they're really floury. So flip them every 30 seconds or so at the beginning to get them started.
And what heat level do you have that skillet on?
Oh, it's on medium.
So you might go between medium and high. Somewhere in between.
Okay, and on your next flip, your third flip, you're just going to let it cook until it starts bubbling. And what that bubbling does is it's the air cooking inside your tortilla or your flatbread. So these do take a minute.
And what happens if you get the skillet temperature too high?
Pull it off the stove?
No, what happens?
They burn?
It'll scorch.
mine up a little bit. I think it cooled off while I was helping roll. And once you need to have a plate with a towel on it and a clean towel. And once you're done cooking it, you just put it in between the towel to keep it from drying out.
Now the difference in this, like any other tortilla or whatever, they don't stretch back because you don't have any of the gluten in there. Now this is mostly sweet potato with a little bit of flour. So once you get it rolled out, it's pretty much going to stay to the size you rolled it out to. Where like the tortillas that I mentioned, the homemade tortillas that I've made, it has enough gluten in the flour that when you're rolling them out, because I rolled mine out and then actually put them in our tortilla press and squeezed them down, and so they were a little thicker than store bought, but you could actually watch them. The edges would pull back. You had to keep rolling until it would kind of relax and hold its shape. But it's like homemade noodles. Homemade tortillas compared to store bought are night and day different. And so Tamla just recently had her gallbladder out, and we had a few complications with that. And she's having to change her diet. She is if we could eat Mexican food every day, she'd be in heaven. And and that's, I mean, there's nothing saying she can't eat it, but it makes her miserable. Anybody that's had their gallbladder out knows that the body doesn't process fat the way it used to, because the gallbladder essentially works like a big filter. I can't believe that thing is in the dishwasher.
Go as thin as possible. This one's taking forever to cook.
If I make them any thinner, you'll be able to see through them.
Here we go. No. Well, I wanted to show you how it bubbles up before we go, so you know what to look for, but for some reason mine's not bubbling up really quickly as it usually does. So
Turn the skillet.
I just did. Pretty sure it's my pan just got too cold. Do one really, really thin and let's try it.
Baby, they're all really thin.
This one's cooking. It's browned on the edges.
Pastry crust thickness.
But it's just not bubbling.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to pull that one good, and I'm going to try another one.
Here you go. It's so thin, it has a hole in it.
Let's see how this one goes.
And it'll probably do better because the skillet's not having to heat up. Better? Not better.
Well, not yet. It just started. Okay, it is starting to bubble. You can see these bubbles coming
And now
up.
you're a little too high. You need to turn it down.
I hope you can see them. That tells you it's cooking inside. That's a good thing.
It won't taste doughy.
Huh?
It won't taste doughy that way.
Exactly. All right. Thank you, guys. I'm going to turn you back around to Rob.
No, just shut it off.
Don't you know? Look at his hands. Thanks, everybody. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And we thank you for coming and listening to us. Bye.